Hey guys!
Welcome back to Likewise Pod. I'm Issa.
And I'm Sam, and we're so excited for another episode this week. We are really back in our consistent recording era. Like, that is all I have to say.
Sam, what's your rose and thorn for the week?
Okay, my first rose is that I am, for the most part, not feeling very sicky anymore. Like, I don't feel sick necessarily. I just have some, like, lingering weird feelings. Like, my joints still hurt all the time. My next rose, that's kind of a thorn, I guess. I just jumped into my roses a little bit. Okay, stick to the roses, Sam. My outfit that I planned for the Band Camino concert ended up looking super cute, and I was really scared because it was kind of like funky, quirky, kind of risky, had potential to be really bad. But it looked cute. And then I did a really fun photo shoot last Saturday with my friend Jenna, and the sneak peek photos were so cute, and I can't wait to see the rest. And then my thorns. I really should have started with these. Okay. I've just had like a pretty chaotic but also slow week at work. It's like a really busy week. Our schedule's pretty packed, and we have like bigger projects I'm working on, but I've already spent so much time prepping everything so that then in the moment of these shoots, I feel bored or like I have no use being in there. So like, it's just like weird. Like I'm like, it was so stressful and there was so much to get done. But then all of a sudden in the moment, while everybody else feels busy, I'm like, I'm just sitting here observing, and yeah, let me know when you need me. That's what it feels like a little bit. So I'm like, okay, yeah, bored. But that's better than being too stressed still. So can't complain too much.
Okay, my thorn is that I'm so sore. Like, so today's a Thursday. I don't know why I stopped talking, sorry. Today's a Thursday. And, played soccer on Tuesdays, as I now apparently do. And I like aggravated my hip flexor, again. So live, laugh, love, chronic injuries. And so my left hip flexor, not feeling great right now, but like I get it. I understand it. I know that. But my calves, both of them, so sore. And my left quad is also very sore. Like, you know what? I'll attribute like the left quad to being my left hip flexor because I feel like those things kind of work together or something. I don't know. But I'm like, I was talking to my dad in the car because I had to pick him up from work today. And I was like, I don't know. I didn't put in any like more, like I didn't do anything different really this week than I have like the past however many weeks or something. So I don't know what's going on. He's like, well, yeah, but if you're hurt, then you're gonna be like playing differently or moving differently, like compensating for it. I'm like, oh, I guess that makes sense. But also I'm still confused, so don't know. Um, but my rose, less confusing than that. Planning outfits for Nebraska, like the Band Camino, so fun. And just like all the other fun stuff we have planned. I'm so excited, and like it's all coming together. Sam showed me her outfit for the Band Camino, and I'm speechless. I'm obsessed with it. Like, it looks so good. I mean, honestly, I am a little worried about your shoe choice, but
Me too.
but it's so cute. I showed my sister. Also, Sam like makes the videos like on TikTok, and then she saves them and then sends them to me.
Because I just like, I need to dance to a song. I'm sorry.
No, I love it. It makes it that much better.
And I need the filter that puts the fake eyelashes on me, makes me have a little bit of blush, and then put the ring light flash mode of TikTok on. I just need like I need the vision to be seen even when I'm not ready.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. Oh my gosh, no, but it was so good, so funny. Funny in all the best ways, not like laughing at you, but laughing with you,
right,
Sam. Like, no, I'm so obsessed and can't wait for everyone else to see the outfit.
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
We're getting there with Issa's for sure. Like we're getting there.
Slowly
and,
but surely.
Yeah, I'm worried about my shoes too. So I kind of got like these chunky, glittery boots that they just like make me feel like Sabrina Carpenter. Because she always wears like her chunky boots.
Yeah.
And they're actually surprisingly not that uncomfy, but I think I need to wear them around a little bit more and see like how good I really feel about wearing them, because like I'll at least bring them and we could do like cute little videos, photos, whatever, like getting ready with me in them, and then I could just pretend I wore them and I can wear other shoes.
We can Photoshop them
Yeah.
in all the concert pics. Yeah.
They make me feel tall, like really tall.
Bro, yeah, aren't they like they're like massive platforms
They kind of are.
and like big old heels too on them. So yeah, they make you tall.
Yeah, I am scared. Especially because, okay, it's not something to compare it to at all, but for Taylor Swift, I wear my cowboy boots, and after the concert, my, like, calves to my feet were, like, completely swollen. Like, so swollen. My limbs were just huge.
Oh.
And so I'm like, maybe I shouldn't wear these. But also my cowboy boots have, like, no soles in them. They're, like, worn out, thrifted, like, bad.
Oh, yeah, they are thrifted.
So that was just a different experience, but I am scared of that happening again.
I know. I was really thinking, I was like, oh my gosh, should I bring my cowboy boots to Nebraska? That would be so fun. But I'm like, I only have so much space
That's
in my
so
carry-on.
true. That is so true.
So I probably shouldn't. So
Yeah.
I'm already planning on bringing like other stuff. And I have to like save space in my luggage for
Merch.
stuff that I'm definitely gonna get that tote. Like there's
It's
no way
cute.
that I'm not.
It's cute.
It's gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. It's gonna be so
Same.
fun.
Oh, and we also, a collaborative rose. We are like getting back in our era of like planning to have guests on, and
Yes.
those used to like, I wasn't gonna say anything, but then I was like, I kind of want to say this. If you know and like have listened for a long time, or have maybe just listened to some of our old episodes, we used to like thrive doing guest episodes. Like it was our favorite thing. We just felt so like comfortable interviewing people. Like it was scary when we first tried, but it ended up being so fun, and like we just love asking people questions, and some of our favorite episodes were with guests. So we're just excited to like get back into that. So yeah.
Yeah. And like it also made us feel really good because a lot of our guests were like, "Oh my gosh, these are like such good questions," or "Oh my gosh, I've never been asked this before," "Oh my gosh, you guys are so good at interviewing," or "This is so fun," or "Oh my gosh, blah blah blah." I'm like, thanks.
Yeah, it was a little boost for sure.
That helped our confidence.
It did. And that kind of, I don't know, relates a little bit to this episode slightly. Like, not really, but it kind of
Actually,
does.
no, it really does.
It really does. It really does.
So, Sam put this on our doc of like topics and ideas and like episode notes doc a while ago, and honestly the first time I read through it, however long ago that was, like a couple months ago, when you had like your little notes on there, I was reading it, I was like, I don't understand any of this.
Right. You're just like, this is
like
I read the title. Such a Sam thing.
Yeah, I was like, I read the title and I was like, I don't get it, and then I read what you wrote down, I was like, I don't get it. And so I just wrote down literally same, LOL. And then like other things. But then yesterday I was looking at it, I was like, I don't know why, like I don't know what happened. Like it was definitely one of those things where lights are on, nobody's home. Like literally I was reading this, nothing was being interpreted. Absolutely no one was home when I was like first going through this and like trying to make notes on it. So I'm really glad that we didn't like do an episode on it until now, because I would have been absolutely useless. But I think it's a really interesting topic, like self-hatred meets self-obsession. Oh,
it like sounds dark, and like I think the way we went on to interpret it and kind of the things we're going to talk about are like a little more lighthearted and like not as like intense and serious as like maybe the title like sounds. But I think
yeah,
what first like sparked the idea for me or made me want to talk about it was I think it was like a multitude of things. So like one thing that I loved a long time ago on the podcast Goes Without Saying, one of the hosts said, like, you can't hate yourself into being better. And that's something I talked about a little bit in an old mini or something. And it's so true. And they kind of then talked about it from this perspective of like, when you hate yourself or you have something you hate about yourself or you're just so insecure about something, you obsess over that. And being like obsessive over it isn't gonna help you grow or progress or move past that. So that was kind of what sparked my interest in it. And then obviously, like, over time I kind of just kept trying to think, like, where do I have this? Because I wouldn't necessarily like say that I hate myself or like have anything about myself that I like absolutely hate, because I just don't like using hate. It's just so intense. But I do have a lot of obsessive habits that I do think relate back to this, of like trying to find the root of it. And it's like, do I hate myself, or like, is it really like, is there something I'm insecure about here that doesn't feel so obvious, but if I look into it more, I can find what it is. So yeah.
Yeah. That's so good. Wow. Okay, also real quick, when you just said that, I was like, wow. Or like when you said, I don't like to use the word hate because that's so intense. I just thought it was like, LOL at me always saying hate that, hate that, hate that. But I think it's so funny because I think, I mean, maybe not everyone feels that way, and maybe like it's not like a, I don't know. I don't know the exact words, but I think it's interesting because how often do we like not use the word hate, but we like,
but we mean it.
Love is the opposite of hate.
I always say love that for you.
Hate, right? Yeah, like, but we use love, which is like equally as intense, but on the other side of like the spectrum. And I think that's so interesting. It's like, why do we like to overuse? Honestly, I way overuse. Honestly, them both. But like, why do we like to overuse the positive one versus the negative one, or like one with like positive connotation versus the one with negative connotation, which I think is interesting. I've never thought about that before.
That's true. Yeah, like you should definitely be honest, or even like, I mean, sometimes like using like hate is like a funny like over exaggeration thing. Yeah. Because like, I mean, there are things where I will use hate. Like when I say like I hate something so passionately, or I'll like, I always say like I hate it in like with a fiery passion or something like that. It's like my go-to. Like if I like really hate a song or something. But yeah, like that's when I use it the most. But I think when it comes to like myself, I guess, because like I know a lot of people who really lean, and not so much anymore. I think it was way more popular like from like probably like 2018 to like 2020ish. Like when people like, it was so trendy to like lean into the self-deprecation type of content, and just being so like self-negative and just saying like, LOL, I hate myself, like whatever. And I don't know, I just like, I've never like had a, I mean, I probably said it and probably done it, but I don't have times where I necessarily like, I don't necessarily mean that, I guess. Like I do love myself.
Yeah. I think it's also, I mean, but it also kind of doesn't make sense because there's not like, I mean, I don't know about the different words for hate, but like in so many other languages, like Greek, for example, has so many different kinds of love, like words for love, like, you know, like there's eros, which I'm pretty sure is like romantic love, and then there's like agape, which is like unconditional love, and then the other two, which is like familial, and then like platonic kind of love. So it's like there's so many different words for love and like for different kinds of love in other languages, whereas in English we really only have love to convey, oh my gosh, love that, or oh my gosh, I love you, you know? And it's so interesting. And so
right, like are things of like where people analyze like saying love is like, people will be like, well, it wasn't I love, you know, like if you're like, oh well, they just said love you, they didn't say I love you, or they said I love you, but this other person said I'm in love with you, like that's where people like people are using other words to like change the meaning of this one word instead of like other words, like one word. One singular word.
I've thought about it a lot. I'm like, oh my gosh, like one day when I like get a boyfriend or something and like not like in love with him yet, but can't just be like love you, bye.
Do it,
You know, like
Bachelor
that's
style. I'm falling in love with you. I'm definitely falling in love with you. I'm getting there.
I can really
I
see
can see
myself.
myself falling.
Yeah. And sorry, I just like big old tangent. Like this is absolutely not related to any of it. I mean, maybe it's related, I don't know. But like I was just yeah, sorry. Just Issa thoughts.
But yeah, no, I love that. I've actually never thought about that. Like, that I feel like I just learned something. Like thinking about
Nice.
other languages. Like, yes.
Welcome to
Okay,
class.
cool.
Oh, actually, you did go back to school.
Actually, I just went back to school. Oh
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
But yeah, that's so
Anyways.
interesting. I know I kind of mentioned it with saying like I felt like self-deprecating like humor types of things was popular like more 2018 to 2020, and like I do think like that's kind of where like the shift was, like, or at least some point around there, because like content overall just kind of turned and became more like self-positive and self-help type things, and I think a lot of that was during COVID. And then now like
Yeah,
there's so
yeah.
many podcasts and Instagram accounts, and like everybody's focus is a lot more on like being a better me and like self-love. Like it's
Yeah.
very like that's what things look like more now, when it used to be like you succeed by being like trendy, funny, and relatable by being negative about yourself. So I think it's interesting. But yeah, I found so many things, but only put a couple little inspo pics for us, and they're so cute, and we'll
They're really
definitely
cute.
post them because we like to
Yeah.
post our inspo now.
They're just so cute. Sorry. And like one of the things that Sam put on the doc, this is actually isn't it one of the inspo pics, but is that, you know, it's human to not be 100% self-love all the time. And along with that, one of our most favorite, if not our favorite quote that has ever been said on Likewise, sometimes just being okay with yourself is enough. So good.
So good.
Bailey, we love you. Bailey, we adore
Best,
you.
like best Likewise quote ever, and it wasn't even said by either one of us.
I know, yeah. That's how you know Bailey needs her own podcast. But
Facts.
also,
Or to
yeah.
just be on ours all the time. No, just kidding.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed.
Yeah, like I just love that so much. And if you haven't listened to our That Girl episode with Bailey, it's so old at this point. This is so wild. Oh my gosh. Not to like
Yeah.
not to jump
like
right
a
back
year and a
on our
half.
like post grad thing, but like wow. I
Whoa.
really did not realize how long ago that episode was.
That's
And
nutso. I really thought it was a couple
so
months
good.
ago.
I think that one like pairs along really well with this one. So if like you want to
Yeah.
listen to like this type of topic, definitely listen to that one, because there's just so many good things. This is kind of something interesting too, is like I don't know, like I feel like for the most part, like when I think about like growing up or coming of age or whatever, I feel like whenever I would have to think about if I considered myself an insecure person, I always thought no. Like I always thought I wasn't. But when I actually now, like looking back in hindsight, I'm like, actually no, you were always wildly insecure, but like just because it wasn't necessarily always about your physical appearance or like the things that I think we see insecurities represented in the most. Like because I thought that there was times that I was like so confident or whatever that meant that like I wasn't an insecure person. Or because like I wasn't insecure in relationships, I'm like I'm not an insecure person. So it's just
yeah.
like then now I'm like, wait, no, Sam, you're a little insecure. But I think it's like it's natural. I think at this point I've realized like maybe it's weirder to never feel insecure.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like, I'm not an expert. I haven't researched or anything, but I feel like it's probably healthy to have a bit of insecurity. Like, it's not,
Yeah.
because I feel like I mean, okay. And this isn't to say, like, if you don't feel insecure that you're, like, toxic or you're not healthy or, you know, whatever. Like, we're not saying that I'm just gonna say whatever. Because the more I talk about it, I'm like just digging a hole deeper and deeper. But I don't know. I feel like similar to you, Sam. Like I feel like I've always been a pretty confident person. Like yeah, like I know that I am an insecure person. I know that like I need like validation and stuff, and like working through it. It's a work in progress. Issa's always a work in progress. But like a lot of times when I was feeling like my most confident, I feel like it was bleeding into like arrogance and
Mm-hmm.
just kind of being more like on that side of things than it was confidence because I was making up for my insecurities and like I was just trying to like cover ground. Like whereas other
Yeah.
people like it seemed like other people weren't insecure and so I was like, okay, well, um I'll just like I'll be like super confident, blah 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 blah. But then that was me like being arrogant and like proving other people wrong or like me like proving that I'm better than other people and proving this and proving that. It's like okay, okay, you saw slow your roll, and like realizing that now, like I think it's healthy to have a bit of insecurities because it's I mean okay in my perspective like I am driven by competition, which you know what, maybe not good, but like that helps me become a better version of myself because if I see someone who is like doing better than me or who I think is doing better than me, then I'm like, okay. Similar to like what I talked about last episode, like, okay, how do I get to where they are? Like, how is
Mm-hmm.
this competition going to push me to be a better version of myself? How is this competition going to make me feel motivated to do this or to be like this or to think this way or blah blah all the things. And so I don't think being insecure is inherently a bad thing. I don't think insecurity is inherently like a toxic trait or anything.
Right.
So yeah.
No, exactly. And also, I was just thinking about how it's just such a natural human emotion, but also one that like kind of just made me start thinking about the Barbie movie. LOL. But I was just thinking about how like we've also just been like taught to be insecure or like just like
Mm,
the way we've like come of age and grown up is like we've been like beauty standards and whatnot, like that's the reason why so many people have like insecurities with their physical appearance is like we're told like yeah you should be insecure, like oh if I had eyebrows that looked like that I would like whatever, or like like there
mm-hmm.
was just always something that was like both like a judgment of somebody else that didn't have something and also like a yeah you should like want to have this, or like you'll be more attractive or desirable if you have this.
Mm-hmm.
um like I just how like when Barbie goes to Weird Barbie and finds out that if she doesn't get like if she doesn't like fix it then she'll get cellulite and she like freaks out.
That was
Like
so
that,
funny.
like it's like those things where it's like we've like grown up like fearing these things that
Mm-hmm.
we think make us less worthy, and
Yeah.
that's like yeah we're insecure because we're scared of these things. But it doesn't actually reflect our actual ability, like oh we're insecure of something that we think will make us less worthy because we're scared to not be valued or seen as beautiful or something, but that doesn't reflect our actual worth and beauty and everything. So yeah,
Yeah.
shout
I
out Weird Barbie.
Oh, weird Barbie. Yeah, I think there's also the point that like if it like no, it's not like explicit. It's not always explicitly saying, "Oh yeah, you should be insecure. You should be insecure. You should be insecure."
Yeah.
But like a lot of times, especially like movies like after 2000, I feel like we see main characters in movies be like, "Oh my gosh, but what if this? But what if that?" Or like, "Ah, I don't like the way this looks," or "I don't like this," or "I don't like this about myself," you know? And so like seeing their insecurities in movies or in TV shows and then
Right.
me watching them be like, "Oh my gosh, someone as beautiful as um okay, like my favorite movie, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days." Easy. Like someone as beautiful as Kate Hudson and she's insecure about this in this movie. Oh my gosh, I stand no chance. You know? And so it's like and where I think I mean, especially like in the Barbie movie, they're trying to be like, no, 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 it's okay. Like, we're all here for a reason. Like, we're all here living life. Like, we can't, you know, do this life. We can't have like a well-functioning society without one another. Like, that's hello. Like, it's okay to be insecure. It's okay to not have it all. It's okay to not have it all figured out. But like, yes, that message is great. That's wonderful, but it's not comforting to me. To me, I'm like, oh my gosh, if they don't have it figured out, then there's no hope for me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
then I get stressed and I get anxious and all the things. I'm like, not good, not fun. And even like trying to step out of it and be objective about it, be like, okay, I understand the message. Like, I get it. Intellectually, understood. Mentally, emotionally, I am in shambles.
Yeah. I think you brought up a really good point talking about like in movies, like how like, oh, someone like as beautiful as Kate Hudson is insecure, like what am I supposed to do? Because I was just thinking about like, oh yeah, it's not always like we don't learn to have these insecurities from someone telling us it's bad. Like, you know, it's not always kind of like that whole like, oh, like cellulite thing or whatever. It's sometimes it is the thing of like, oh my gosh, she's so gorgeous, like her skin's so good. Like, it's like it comes from seeing other people get like such extreme praise, compliments, validation, because then you're like, oh, I don't have that, oh, I don't have that, or like, I wish I had that. And so it's not always like being presented to you from like a negative judgment, but sometimes it's just like witnessing other people's praise.
Yeah.
Dang.
So good. But yeah, I think, I don't know what I think anymore. There's just, everyone's always trying to tell us what to think and how to act and all the things. So it's really like, honestly, we shouldn't be insecure because of all that. We should just be robots at this point.
Right. Just like listening to like other people talk about like discovering their insecurities and like the idea of like not being able to hate yourself into being better or whatever. I had to just sit there and be like, well, what do I even do? Like, what are my obsessive things I do or my habits that like point to me like being insecure? Like, what do I do? And then also asking like, why do I do what I do? And so when I was trying to think of like what I do, I literally sometimes I'm like, dang, jail for me, because I am so terrible about this. I will like scroll and watch my own TikToks over and over until I get so far back. Like, I literally will watch my public TikTok profile, like it'll be like night or something, and I'll watch it all the way back to like when I used to live in Pullman. Like, I get so far back, and like then I'll like, if something like really makes me cringe, I'll private it or make it friends only, or like if an audio is deleted, I'll delete it, or like so much stuff. And then I'm like, am I okay? Like, I used to always do this, like even before TikTok, like I'd rewatch old YouTube videos that I would have that I posted or made, and like then make them private, or I would go and archive things from my story highlights. Like, I'd go on Instagram and be like, why is all this even like on my highlights? Like, I need to archive this. So it's just kind of like obsessing over my own like public like persona, like what other people could see. And so I realized like, oh, I do this because I'm clearly very scared of being perceived.
Yeah. I am right there with you. This is where I wrote literally same, LOL, because I did not know what we were talking about.
Right. You're
but
like, no, but I do this.
But actually same. Yeah, and like just watching my Instagram stories. I mean, okay. I feel like I've generally, like in general, I've gotten to a place where like I'm okay with posting like whatever I want to on my Instagram stories, and because I'm like, you know what, this is for me. If other people enjoy it, great. If they don't, fine. Then they can unfollow. But so like that's generally where I'm at. But I'll like watch my Instagram stories like on repeat. Like, I'll watch them like 5 or 6 times through and be like, oh my gosh, that's so funny. Or, oh my gosh, wow, that's such a good post. Wow, these people are gonna appreciate, my followers, they're gonna appreciate this. And then actually no, a couple weeks ago, or like last week or something, I saw my mom. She was like going through Instagram stories, and like she was just clicking through mine. I was like, what a fake fan.
She's not even watching the content.
Yeah. I was like, that really humbled me. Like, honestly, it did. And like, or like watching videos in my posts on repeat, checking, oh my, and this is a big one, like checking to see who's seen my Instagram story. Like, I said every 30 minutes, but honestly, it's like every 10 minutes. It's a problem. And like, some of them get significantly less views than others, but like a couple weeks ago, I think my average is like 200 to 300 people seeing a story, which honestly I don't care. I don't know how many people actually watch stories and stuff. I do because I love seeing stuff. I'm just kind of nosy. But a couple weeks ago, I like got like 500 or 600 people, like 400 or 500 people looking at one of my stories. I was like, what the heck?
Like,
and then
I was looking,
I was like, wait. I was like looking at it. I was like, okay. I wonder like if Instagram kind of pushed this out, because there's no way that for some odd reason 200 people were looking at stories that day. 200 extra people were looking at stories that day. But I was like, interesting, because I like reposted something from my profile and blah 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 blah, and I was like, what's going on? So I honestly don't know how the Instagram algorithm works. I'm not gonna pretend I know, but I was like, that's interesting. But yeah, like I'll especially, yeah, I don't know. It's just, but like the biggest one is just seeing who's seen my story every 30, like every so often, every couple minutes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're thinking about me.
That's a tough one to like break. And it's something that like, I don't know. I also don't post a lot of stories. Like I rarely like will like post something to my story, like reposting an image or whatever. I guess I do this because like when I do make like an original post, I'll go to like look or like see or whatever, especially if like I post like a reel or something, because I've been trying to post more like reels on Instagram with like styling stuff, and when I see that like they're not getting any views, and I'm like, literally, why do these have 0 views for like 3 hours? Like, how does that even happen? Even when I like share them to my feed. So like sometimes it's out of a place of confusion, but then like I go or like I put on my story and I see then like if like the amount of people then seeing my story reflects then the amount of people watching it or like liking it or whatever. And like that's just a little like, that's definitely not the best behavior on my end, but like I literally was about to just be like, I don't do that. I don't check who sees my stuff. But then I'm like, wait, Sam, you don't even post stories. I was like, you can't check to see who watches your stories because you don't post them.
I know, I always get nervous. I'm like, okay, I'm obsessed because I just love seeing my stories. I'm like, that's so funny. Wow, Issa, good job. You liked it. Everyone's gonna want to see it. And then I get insecure because I'm like, oh my gosh, I posted like 8 stories today. What are people gonna think? They're gonna think I have no life. They're gonna think, oh my gosh, Issa's just on her phone all day. And it's like, okay, sometimes yes, a lot of times no. I just pick it up a lot during the day, but I just get there at the good moments.
There's a lot of days when Issa's not on her phone, guys. If anybody thinks that, talk to me personally. Because it's so funny. It's only when it matters. It's when there's something important that Issa's not checking her phone at all. But also, like, how is she supposed to know that I'm asking her a question?
Okay. I think where this is coming from is like last week or the week before or the week before, one of the weeks, Sam got home early and she's like, hey, you want to record at like in like 30 minutes or something? And I said, or no. She goes, hey, home early. Like, do you want to record earlier tonight? I said, yeah, sure. Blah, blah, blah. And like, we're having a conversation. Like an active conversation on Snapchat. And I'm like, you know what? I don't need to be on my phone right now. So I put it down for like almost an hour. And then I go back. I open Sam's Snap. She's like, yeah, so do you want to record at like 2 or something? I know that's only like 20 minutes away, but blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, so sorry.
No, honestly, that was just so funny and it really didn't matter and it was fine. But, oh, there was something that was really funny. But yeah, because I mean, that goes back to like communication too, because like I usually know like, one, why would I communicate something actually important over Snapchat? Because like you can't see it when it's literally like a photo snap. Like you can't, it's not like a chat that you're like swiping. I'm like, if there was something actually so important, I would text you and you would see it.
Yeah. Also, I have my do not disturb on, but like
Right.
all the time. So if anyone actually needs to get in touch with me, like text me, because the texts come through. Apps like Instagram, Snapchat, like those don't come through when my do not disturb is on. So, and it's on 24/7. So
Also, like,
just FYI.
shout out Issa's do not disturb, because I actually get so scared since I'm like 2 hours ahead and like I wake up really early. I blow up Issa's phone like every morning. I swear she probably has to spend 20 minutes catching up with whatever I did. Like, she has to spend time like reading probably Snapchats, text, and maybe TikToks from me. Like, there's always something. Like, I swear,
No,
like, because in
I
the
love
morning
it.
I'll feel really creative. So then I'm like, I blow up your phone with stuff, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, like. And then when you respond to like the first thing, I'm like, she's seeing it.
No, okay, see, okay. I get really insecure about that because I'm like, shoot, I sleep in really late because I stay up really late. And so I sleep in late. And then it's like, well, now it's like 8:30 because the sun rises.
No, it was early the other
And-
morning
Yeah.
when you started responding to me.
Yeah, because I couldn't go back to sleep. I was like, you know what? Fine. Issa's just awake for the day. But no, I get really like nervous. I'm like, shoot, Sam's like probably really annoyed that I'm not awake yet. And like a normal person is awake by like 7, not by 7, by like 8 o'clock in the morning. But here it is, 9:30 or 10. And I'm like, what? Hello, world. I can't deal with things so early.
You're like, Sam's on her lunch break. Like,
No, I know. I'm like, shoot, if I respond now, like, she's just gonna be like, shoot, what did I say again? I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I don't remember either. And I get so nervous. But
so
no, I love it. I love when you, like, I love when I just wake up to, like, millions of things for me. It's so fun. It, like,
good.
starts my day off great, honestly. I mean, I'm a little
True.
disoriented, but love it.
Right. Amazing. I love that. Good. I'll squash that insecurity. I'll stop being
Okay,
insecure
cool.
when I text you when it's 8 in the morning for me.
Yeah, no, please, continue.
I love that.
If it's 6 in the morning for you, do it anyways. Do not disturb, always on.
Right.
Sleep focus, on.
I'm kind of, this is like kind of cool because like we had really similar like, oh, what is our like insecure obsession habit thing we do? Like ours were really similar. Like what, like looking at our own stuff over and over, but it had like kind of different motives. Like I guess like I was more focused on like not even how I look. Like I literally just this sounds so bad. But also it's how you were kind of saying too. Like you'll watch your stuff because you're like, oh, that was so funny, or like I like watch on my TikToks because like I'll watch them and be like, that's so good, and it's like out of a place of like me obsessing over like being sad that like it didn't have like the reach I wanted it to have, or like it, like you know, like not that I'm like I need to go viral, I want to be famous, but it's like I at least like would love to see like the algorithm like boost me for once, or like you know like I would love to see like content, like especially when I do something really creative, if I'm like proud of something I made, I do want to see that like work out. I mean, everybody wants their content to do well, like when they share their creative stuff, so it's kind of like even when I know something is like not the most exciting thing in the world, I'm just like, could I just like, can more people just see it or something? That's why like I started doing the thing where when like right away, if like all the, like if randomly like I get like 10 likes on like my TikTok or something within like the first 20 minutes and they're all strangers, that's why I do the thing where I'm like, I'm famous. Like I think this is a really helpful like habit that I say that, because it like helps me like kind of squash that like desire to be like a creator. Like I don't know, it just helps me
Yeah.
like take it less seriously.
Yeah.
But yeah, like our stuff is similar. Yeah, like we both do like the same thing of like watching our own stuff, but like we have very different thoughts in our head when we do it, I think.
No, it's so funny. You're like, wow, it's so funny. We have very similar things. I was like, yeah, because I read yours.
And then but literally same. No.
I know. I think it's really funny that like, I mean, I know that we are two very like completely different people, but we're also like so similar in so many different ways. And so I think it's really funny that with how similar we are, like we have very different motivations and very different ideas behind things and like reasons why we do things. And so like it's really interesting to me to see like, yeah, we do the same things, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, that's interesting to me with like me and anyone. Like, wow,
Right.
me and the most opposite person in the world, we do the same things, but for different reasons.
Yeah. Profound. Yeah. No, it's just cool because it's like, yeah, we are very similar. I like it, I think, because when I catch myself doing this, I don't, my problem is I don't know a lot of people who, like in real life, who have this same interest as me in like doing things on social media, putting creative stuff out, like having these very public hobbies, and like it's kind of vulnerable to post things even when it's like the most surface level content, like me making a fashion video. Like it's still vulnerable because I'm like publicly trying to be a creator, and like most of the people I know in real life do not post on social media at all, or infrequently, or it's only like very random like personal Instagram posts, or like whatever. Like nobody, I don't know a lot of people who are just trying to be influencers, or like trying to like have an online business, or like, you know, be in this space. So it feels not like it does feel like a little embarrassing when I catch myself like obsessing over my content, because I'm like, I don't see anybody else doing this. I don't know anybody else who every single day watches at least 10 of their last TikToks and like will just randomly check them all the time. It's like, I never see people do that. So then I think whenever we talk about stuff like this, I'm just like, oh, now I just feel like silly goofy, and this is like a normal thing, because I'm like, okay, we both do this. Never mind. Like, I'm actually not as like bad as I was, you know, it's like, oh, I'm a little less like, I don't know. It makes me feel like less of like an insecure person like doing it. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not like so insecure. Maybe this is more of like a normal habit of like people who are trying to like do this stuff. I'm like, this isn't whatever. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But basically, like, yeah, I don't see anybody else doing this. I'm like, Zeke would never do this. I'm like always looking to see, like, it's like each time I look, there has to be something different that I think that somebody else could be thinking about it. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, like I need to not. I need to, maybe I need to delete social media.
Maybe I'm the problem.
I will never do that. I'm sorry. I'm not deleting social media.
No,
if I ever try, stop me.
Oh, no, Sam, I will not stop you. I like, honestly, I feel that way about the podcast a lot. I'm like, because I don't know anyone, like real life friends, you know. I mean, like we've made friends like over like the podcast account and like online and stuff, like people who have podcasts, but like I don't know anyone in real life who like has a podcast.
Right.
I don't know anyone in real life who like just talks into a mic and then, like puts it out on for like the whole world to listen to, or like have conversation with friends and that stuff. And so like I get really insecure about it. Or maybe not like insecure, but like embarrassed about it. I'm like, no, I like wholeheartedly, I freaking love Likewise. I'm so glad that like we really got back into the swing of things this year, after some
better than it's ever been. For real.
And like I love it, and I love the direction that we're going, and I love just like what's going on. But whenever someone mentions it, I'm like, yep, I have a podcast. Yay.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm betraying the pod.
Yes. I've been trying to like get so comfortable just talking about it, and like at work, like I know that my coworkers and like especially like my more close coworkers know about the podcast, or like they express interest in it, or like they actually entertain conversation around it. So I do try and talk about it more. Like if it's a Thursday, I'm like, oh, I'm recording my podcast tonight, or like, or they'll be like, oh yeah, what's the theme this week? That's one of my coworkers asked me today. She said, what's your theme this week? And I'm like, I love that it's like a theme, you know.
That's so cute. Like I love that.
Yeah, I was like, great question. And I was like, I'm excited for this one, and like told her what it was. So like I try to talk about it more, but sometimes based on whatever questions people ask, then kind of like trigger me to feel like embarrassed in a way, because like I realize like they're actually not interested, or like they don't really get the whole podcast thing, or you know, like it's less cool. But then there are moments where like I have people who like tell me like something I'm doing is like really cool and that I should keep doing it, or like they're like, I think it's so cool that you have all these hobbies, and I'm like, wow, thank you, because I was feeling very embarrassed because of how little people were interacting with something, and that I felt like people were probably just seeing it and being like, oh, there's Sam trying to promote her podcast again. I'm never listening to that. But like, you know, but then like it just takes one person to be like, oh, I listened to it. I mean, I'll feel a little awkward, but I'll be like, oh, thanks, I love that. But it takes like one person to be like, I think it's so cool, keep doing it, or, you know, like, just like one little sprinkle.
I mean, for me, it definitely breeds insecurity. Like when people are like, oh yeah, I listened to your podcast.
Oh.
I'm like, oh. And that's all they say. I'm like,
they don't say like they liked it or like which episode or
yeah, or like
anything.
they're like one of my friends, she goes, oh yeah, I listened to like one of your solo episodes the other day. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. Like, did like
was it good?
I know I wasn't gonna like ask the questions, but I was just like, are you gonna like listen again, or did you hate it? Like, was it not for you? Like, what's going on? Like, I just need to know. But yeah, I was like, I think that's when I feel so awkward, is like, because people don't say anything. Like, they're just like, oh yeah, I listened to that.
I listened.
Or, oh, you have a podcast? Oh, what's your podcast about? I'm like, honestly, I don't know what it's about. It's whatever we're feeling that week.
Right. I'm like, is any podcast actually about just one specific thing? Cause
yeah, I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
We really thought we were pioneers saying it's about whatever we want.
Whatever we want. You know what? We dropped that for a reason, because we were like, this just doesn't feel like us anymore.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, wait, that was so funny. So sorry. But yeah, like, I mean, I think, like, people have said, like, oh my gosh, yeah, like, I listened, it was really good, or said, like, oh, I liked this, or I liked that, or, like, parts of it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that makes me feel really good about myself. But then when it's just oh, you have a podcast, or, oh yeah, I listened to that, or I listened to one of your episodes the other day, I was like, that's what I don't like. I'm like, you know what, you don't have to tell me if you listened. Like, hey,
right.
tell me you listened if you liked it. If you don't, then like, because it just makes me feel so awkward. I'm like, oh, these people like see it or hear another side of me or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I really like when, like, if people who like know about it or I've talked to about it, like, I like it when like they like follow up with me and are like asking me things, like if it's like, if I like at the end of work was like talking about the podcast or something, or like then like the next day I've had people be like, oh, like how was recording, like did you record last night, or like did you still do that?
Nice.
And I'm like, oh, actually you remember and you pay attention and like you care, like thank you.
That's so cute.
Like it's like things like that. I'm like, wait, okay, so I'm like learning more of like what interactions about it I do like, and that helps me feel more confident talking about the podcast for sure. I remember a couple weeks ago, like since we just moved to our new place and we like now live with our friend, and he gets home from work at 8, and usually like I'm talking to Issa around then, or like we're just starting recording around then, whatever. And I remember that day where like we weren't going to be recording till like really close to that. I'm like, oh, this is the day he learns I have a podcast, because like he's not really on like Instagram and stuff, and like we don't have each other, and like it's never just like been in conversation, you know. It's like, but I'm like, today is the day. I mean, maybe he already knew, like from like Zeke just like Snapchatting him while I'm recording or something, I don't know, but I'm like, today's the day he learns I have a podcast. I'm like, and what about it? Like, I'm like, he'd probably be like, cool, and like then have like no thoughts about it. I'm like, oh, I know he's not anti-podcast, I know he listens to podcasts. So I'm like, dang.
Imagine anti-podcast.
Anti-podcast. No, my mom doesn't really like podcasts, but it's only because she's like, I just don't get it. Like, she's like, she's like, I want to like see a video if I want to like listen to people talk or whatever.
You know what? That is so fair. That's
it is so
valid.
fair. But she's like, I just don't get it. She was like, she's like, it's like a talk show or whatever. But like, not that she's not supportive. She's very supportive of our podcasting.
Oh yeah,
but,
she
like,
is. She is.
She just doesn't get podcasting, and you know what? That's okay.
Yeah. I need to get better about being like, oh, nice, when people say, oh yeah, I listened to that, or oh, you have a
Oh,
podcast.
I always like, oh, thanks. Thank you.
I know. No, literally, I said, oh, you don't need to tell me that. And it's so funny because like this is like our 4th year of doing it, and it's still like, ah, so scary.
That's actually so wild.
Like I get so nervous every single time an episode comes. I'm like, oh my gosh, people are gonna know. Like, no, people already do know.
Right. Or like our last posts, like since they got kind of split up, where it was like one was like all my photos and one was all Issa's photos, like we both shared them like with our personal accounts and like made our personal accounts collaborators on the post, so it like went on those feeds, which was so fun because like I mean my hope there was like maybe more people who like just haven't really noticed or paid attention will like see it and be interested and go look. Like maybe people who don't watch stories, because I'll like post about it on my story, but obviously not everybody likes to watch stories.
Yeah, as we've discussed.
Yeah, it made things so chaotic because I did not think about the fact like I don't have any notifications turned off, so all day like that day I got double notifications for when someone
Yeah.
liked the photo. We got it for like our personal account and then the likewise account, so it was like, oh my goodness.
No, that's been my life today.
Yeah, it was wild.
I'm like, oh
But
my gosh.
it was fun. But like I'm like, wow, I know that wasn't a feature on Instagram forever ago, but like I'm like, I just don't think there was a time, like there was definitely a time where I would have never like done that, like where I would have never
Yeah.
dedicated like a solid feed post on my personal account going to all my followers to be the podcast.
Honestly, I was really debating it, but I was like, shoot, no, Sam did it. I can't just
Wait,
not.
it actually looks really cute on your Instagram. Like I was like,
Oh,
wait,
really?
why does that like look
Oh.
like right with your like vibe? Like I was like even thinking about like when you post like next and it shifts down on your grid. Not like me just like always thinking about like the grid shift. I'm like, okay, when it shifts down on your grid, it's gonna look amazing.
Oh my gosh,
It
that's
just
so
like
funny.
fit. It looked cute.
Oh, thanks, Sam. Oh, you make me feel so good about myself all the time. You really just feed my words of aff all
I'm
the
so
time.
glad.
And
I'm
like
actually
in all
like
the right ways.
so bad at. That makes me feel good because I'm okay. Not to keep talking about things that aren't our actual notes, but one of my like biggest insecurities is like not like thinking I don't do a good job like validating other people and like my friends and like in relationships and stuff. Like I get so scared that I don't give people enough like words of affirmation, or like I like realize like, oh my gosh, wait, I like people will tell me they love my outfits, people compliment me every day, but like I can't remember the last time I complimented someone, or like I'll have those moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm not complimenting people, I'm not going out of my way to like make these people like feel good, and like even when I'm thinking things I'm not saying them. Like I catch myself doing that a lot, so I actually get very insecure very often about just like how like I'm not the most expressive person with like that kind of stuff in my relationships. So I'm like, I get so scared all the time that I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna think I hate them. But
Oh my
like
gosh.
you know, like, or like if Zeke asks me like if he's like, oh, do I look good, I'm like, oh my god, I didn't tell. Like I'll just like get insecure and be like, oh my gosh, I never tell him he like is. I'll be like, I don't tell him he looks good enough, or like I don't do this enough, and I'm like, oh my god. So like that is something I get really scared of all the time.
Oh my gosh, no. Sam, you always validate me. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so good about myself. Like, if Sam thinks it's good, then it's good. Like, no, like, actually, it's probably an unhealthy relationship I have with your validation. Because I'm always like, okay, well, what do you think about this? Okay, well, what about this? And you're like, oh, I like that one. I'm like, oh, yeah, me too.
Like, okay, that's totally what I was thinking.
Yeah. And like, actually, no, okay, so my love language, what I hear and what I speak, so like what I receive and what I like to give most is words of aff, but I get really insecure about it because I say like the same things all the time, like, oh my gosh, that's so cute, or oh my gosh, I'm obsessed, or oh, I love that, I adore that, I adore
Like
you.
you're scared
all,
people
like,
won't think it's genuine.
yeah, and like, or like, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm like so proud of you, or but like, I have my, like, it sounds so bad, but like my go-tos, but they're my go-tos for a reason. And like, I feel so scared that like, because Sam, I say I'm obsessed all the time to you,
I love
all the
that.
time. But I'm like so scared. I'm like, shoot, she's gonna think I don't mean it. I'm like,
Right.
oh, she's gonna think I'm just saying it because that's what I say all the time. I'm like, I don't know how else to express it other than with these words, so that's why they're my go-tos. I'm like,
Yeah.
I need a I should get a thesaurus for Christmas.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I think, like, I guess the reality of that is, like, for both of us, like, oh, I guess we just need to realize, like, other people definitely aren't noticing this as much as, like,
Yeah.
we're obviously going to think it every time we say something, or in my case, don't say something. But, like, other people aren't, I mean, maybe they are sometimes feeling that way, but it's not, I don't think it's always as bad as like you think. Like obviously like it's just something we worry about. But like
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna be so focused on worrying about it that they're probably not as focused on it as we are.
Yeah.
I feel like we've kind of mentioned some of the things that we have in like our last section of notes, but I kind of like wanted to go through the idea of like if we have all these obsessive behaviors from our insecurities, like how do we combat that? Like how do you break that cycle? Because for me it's very much a cycle. Like it is a routine that I am checking my TikTok page. Like
Mm-hmm.
and I well, first, I guess I'll jump down a little bit to my second note, because I'm thinking about it. I'm very much in the embarrassed stage of like how much I go through my TikTok because recently I've like wanted to find something that I forgot to like or favorite, so I go to my watch history, and then to like be on one singular day of my watch history and see that I watched like 20 of my own TikToks like twice or something. Like it's just the way that, like it comes up like once like during like if I was like watching during lunch, and then it comes up again if I was like watching it when I got home from work. Like I'm like, oh, this is bad. Like this is showing me that multiple times a day I'm watching my own profile. So it took me forever to find the video I was looking for, and I was like, wow, that's embarrassing. But so in that way, my cycle break activity is if I notice myself going to my own TikTok page to watch my videos, I'm just like, why are you doing that? Like my brain's just like, stop. And so I like make myself go and click on my like following tab, because it's not like the friends tab anymore, but like it also is at the same time. I just
Oh
go
yeah.
there so that I can like, I like to go there so that one, I see your TikTok stories, because that's where they'll come up, and then so that I see like just what my friends are posting. Like I like to see like you, and then like my friend Emily that I grew up dancing with, who's like kind of a little influencer. I like seeing her videos every day because she does like daily vlogs. I like just keeping up with like the people I like care about seeing what they post. So I'll go to that tab and try to like watch videos from there instead of watching my own. Because then I'll be like more present in consuming their content, and then maybe I'll just like get creative inspo. Like sometimes I just like completely go off TikTok because that definitely helps make sure I don't go there. And I'll go on like Pinterest or something instead, because I find for me Pinterest is a very healthy social media platform. And then my other thing was just that like exposure to things that feel outside of my like, I called it my confidence comfort zone.
I
I want to make that a
love
thing.
that. We'll make it a thing.
Yeah, we should. Like recently I've been trying to like, I don't know, test the waters a little bit, and I'll wear things that I am not 100% comfortable with, or that I like swore off for years because there was something I didn't like about it. Like for years I like did not wear biker shorts, which sounds so stupid, but like I just like was convinced that like biker shorts weren't meant for like the build of my body, or like I didn't like oversized tees with biker shorts on myself. Like, but now it's like I'll do it all the time because I'm like, you know what, I don't care. Like it's silly of me to think that like I only like my body in certain clothes and not in others. So it's like I should just like wear clothes I like and think are cool. So I've been trying to like overcome that by like wearing things that are a little outside of my comfort zone, as long as it's still work appropriate. Then so like when I go to work and everybody's like, oh my gosh, like when they see me they're like, oh my gosh, you're so cute, or I love your outfit, or whatever they say, it like makes me feel really good and kind of like validates my confidence in that thing, um, which I don't want that to make it seem like I'm saying to break your bad habits with your insecurities, you need to seek external validation. Um, because you can definitely overcome these things on your own, but I think it like is it's a little boost. It's like it's helpful when you kind of get that validation because then it makes you think like, oh, I don't need to be insecure about this. It's like a little gold star, and like as long as you continue to like follow through and you're actually like making the change in your thinking and it's not just like, oh, they like it, I'll keep doing it. But if it's like a, oh, people like it as much as me, I do like this, and it's no longer like I don't like this but they like if it's like, ooh, they like it and I like it, like it's like, I don't know, it helps you kind of get over that yourself.
That's so good. I love your OOTDs. They're so fun to watch.
Thanks.
And I'm so
Sometimes
glad.
they're just so silly, but I love them.
No, they're so fun. And I'm glad that you go to like the following tab too, because I go there all the time and I just watch.
I love it.
And then I like them all. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Sam's gonna think I'm just on her profile. Because it'll be like, because they don't even post, or they're not even their like most recent. It's just, you know,
Right,
anything
sometimes
your
it's
friends have ever
old.
posted.
Especially if you like just followed them, then their really old ones come up.
Yeah. No, and like so some of yours from like June or May like come up. I'm like, and I like it. I'm like, she's gonna think I'm just like on her profile, like stalking her or something. I'm like, you know what? It's Sam. I should not care. I really should
First
not.
of all, then I'm there and I'm like, well, all these people know I post my outfits every day, and they know I do it during my lunch. So why aren't they going to my page? No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm never thinking that. But it's so funny. I'm like, because I sometimes Zeke will like go on my TikTok because he knows all like that I post so much. He just goes to my profile and he's like, let me catch up. And he like scrolls through. He's like, okay, I'll cut up.
That's so funny. I love
But
that.
yeah, no, it's funny. Sorry, not to interrupt.
Oh no, you're good.
I would honestly, if you were going on my profile, I would love that. I would literally be like, Slay, okay, catch up on my TikToks.
Okay, no, sometimes I do.
Good.
I just love going to people's profiles.
Same.
Anyways, but then I get scared that people are going to mine. I'm like, oh no.
I have my
Anyways.
profile views turned off.
Oh no, mine too. But then when I see like someone looks at it, then I turn them on, look at theirs, and then I turn it
And then
back
turn
off.
it back off.
So yeah, like the thing I do the most is just checking like who's seen my stories because I'm like, oh, these people are gonna love it. Who's seen it? Who's seen it? And rough. It really humbles me. But then I still keep, I still keep in this pattern. So like something that I've been doing a lot, especially lately, is tell myself that, it really does not matter. What other people think of me doesn't matter. None of my business. I don't need to see who's seen my stories. I don't need to know who's seen my stories. Like, I don't need to know who's liked my posts. I don't need to know these things. Why? Because it drives me to want to post more and check in, like, oh, is this person still paying attention to me? Why is this person watching my stories, but, like, not texting me back? Why is this person responding to stuff on my socials, but not texting me back? Oh, wait. Is this person thinking of me? Are they in love with me? Not really, but like sometimes a little bit thinking that.
Sometimes
But
a little
like just like all kinds of those thoughts and like other things like that. And instead of posting things that I want to see and post, like I'm posting and making sure that like others see and like my things. So I'm like, okay, how am I gonna get like people to respond to this, or how am I gonna get this person's attention, or how do I do this? How do I do that? And like very similar to you, Sam. Like I love when people comment or validate what I'm doing, but again, drives my need for external validation leads to me having a very, very, very unhealthy relationship with checking things, and like because I love to be in control. I love having everything under my control, and like I know exactly what's going on, and so checking things, like checking who's seen my stories, checking who's liked things and like responding to things and interacting, that's one way for me to be in control. I'm like, now I know. That's so fun. And like, sometimes it is fun to see who's seen my stories, and other times it, is just an obsession and is so destructive because that's what I'm thinking about all day. And so like I'm really trying to veer away from checking things out and making sure that people are paying attention to me because, as much as I would love to believe that I am not the main character in everyone else's lives. So live, laugh, love that for me. And like one way to cut that out, or at least down, is to cut down my social media time by a lot. But like checking on the likewise Instagram, totally different. You know, like
Yeah.
it's so fun seeing who's responding to our stories and polls and questions and stuff. Like some of it's like Sam's friends and some of it's like my friends. I'm like, oh my gosh, this person, like, they pay attention to likewise. Like that's so fun. You know what? I love when people pay attention to likewise, like when it's not in person. If it's in person, that's when I feel awkward. When it's like on socials or like a text or something, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so fun. Yes, keep doing
Right.
that. And like it's just so fun and it like helps me feel connected and stuff. And like I feel like that's definitely much healthier. And also like likewise, we're a brand. We're trying to grow. So knowing what people are responding to is very important for, growth. LOL. But my personal doesn't need to have analytics. But I am only human, so I look at the analytics.
Right. Sometimes, analytics are like fun, especially if you like. Okay, this is really funny, but I'm gonna make a comparison. We are both like, we are people who enjoy a fun fact. Like, we are love a fun fact people. So that also makes us like interested in analytics type people. Like we love a stat. It's like a fact.
Yes.
Like it's just like fun. And so I don't know, I feel like that's why we love to like look at that stuff, because like we're just intrigued by algorithms, we're intrigued by stats, we're intrigued by like how this all works. And I think when you are doing it for a brand and like a podcast and an account like that, it's hard to not try to do it on your personal account too, because like you're just used to looking at that stuff.
It's hard, like, turning my brain. I mean, first of all, it's hard to turn my brain off in general, but like turning my brain off from like, okay, how do I grow? How do I do this for likewise? How do I do that? Like, how do I grow creatively? How do I do this? How do I do that? Blah, 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 all the things. To just being on my personal Instagram. Like,
Right.
I really don't need to do that. I really could not care less about like my number of followers. I could not care less about like all the like who sees my stories. Like again, at the end of the day, like I post all these things for me because I love having my digital scrapbook. But I'm also like, okay, but I could get, if I could get more followers, then maybe more people will listen to likewise.
Yes,
Or like
it's like the
then more
association of the
yeah.
accounts with that one.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, how do I grow my personal brand so that I can grow like a
Likewise.
podcast brand? Like, but then I'm like, I'm not in it for me. I'm in it for us. But if I get in it for me, then that's a bonus.
Right.
I'm like, no. He says stop. Get your heart in the right posture.
Ooh, I like that. I've never heard
Thanks.
something like that before. I like that a lot. For sure.
But yeah, it's so interesting, like growing up in the digital age. It's so interesting growing up
It's
with all
so
these things and
weird.
like being just as old as some of these things and really seeing them grow and seeing all the like Instagram. I remember getting my Instagram in 2012 and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing, and like really wanting to use was it the Nashville filter or whatever, where like had like the border on it, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that is what I wanted the most. Like that is why I begged and begged and begged my mom to let me have an Instagram, because I wanted to use that filter, and I was like, oh my gosh. But I'm like, wow, times have changed.
Different times.
I'm like,
Yeah.
it's just so interesting. I'm like, wow, what kind of people would we be if we didn't have these things like growing up? Like, would we still be so like, I don't even know.
Right. We just would not be the same at all. That's
Yeah.
the only answer.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I very grateful for all the things that we do have and for like the way that technology has evolved. And I think it's like so important just to like where we are as a society today, because I mean, but also like without the technology and without the growth and stuff, like we wouldn't be where we are as a society today. So it's really like they just work hand in hand. But yeah, I think it's all just interesting, but I like it. It's fun stuff.
Yes. Amazing. Wow. Would you look at that?
I know this was
Dang.
really long.
You called it. You said it would be really long, and I was like, I don't think so. And I
I'm so
proceeded to
sorry.
like avoid the notes completely and just talk about other things.
I mean,
It's so
same.
funny. It's
Maybe
fun when
I
we
can,
do
like-
that, though. We surprise each other.
Yeah, no, it's true. Maybe I can like cut stuff out and then make like a bonus episode or something.
Yeah, I realized we kind of had a moment where we weirdly talked about the podcast for a long time, and then I was like, oh my gosh, we always accidentally do this where we just talk about the podcast, and I bet like that's where we lose a lot of people, like they don't care. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, never mind.
Yeah. So maybe I'll cut that out and just be like, if you want some more
Yeah, like we could totally have
podcast
bonus.
content. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Ooh.
But any last thoughts on this topic?
Oh, there's probably so much I could say, and like I mean, even like randomly in the middle, I guess towards the end, when we were talking about like words of affirmation, and I was just like randomly like, yeah, that's actually like one of my biggest, deepest insecurities that I never like tell anybody about. Like I literally just like dumped that on the podcast. I was like, this is like my biggest insecurity, and maybe we'll unpack that more another time. But
Next week's episode is actually about therapy.
yeah.
We're gonna therapize each other.
Yeah.
Live.
It's just like, like there's always like random things that come to mind, or like, oh, like I feel like there's certain little things we mentioned that we could talk about for so long, but I do like that this is like a very like big idea condensed,
Yeah.
like, and also like a little personal, like we did like talk about like what our habits are. So yeah, I guess like right now I don't have any other final thoughts, because I do think a lot of this is stuff that works its way into every topic.
Yeah. Same. So I guess to close us out then, Sam, it's time for Song of the Week. Yeah.
My song of the week is
I'm
so
so excited
important.
for yours. What is your song of the week this week, Sam?
I actually had a really hard time picking, but my song of the week is 3 Month Hangover by the band Camino.
So good.
Because if you know, well, first of all, Issa's coming here so that we can go to the band Camino concert together again, and how much we were anticipating this album, and then how much I proceeded to not listen to it for over a month after it was released. So all I knew was like, I'd heard like See You Later come on like the Sirius XM station at work once, and I knew the like chorus of Novocaine because I like heard it on TikTok before it was even released, and because
my
we all
gosh.
knew it was gonna feel like See Through Part 2 or whatever, like because it has like that same kind of vibe, and so that is one of my favorite songs. But anyways, I decided to go with 3 Month Hangover because I was just really enjoying that one a lot.
Oh my gosh. I think the whole album, like, no skips.
Yeah, it's so good.
So good.
The flow is so good.
My song of the week, I'm not gonna lie. There's no thought put into this except that I heard it today and I was like, nice. Do I remember it? No. But it's called Halloween by Novo Amor. And it's good. I really like it. But that's all I remember about it, is that I really like it.
I want to listen to it. I like a couple of their other songs, but I haven't heard this one.
Well, I think this was a really fun episode, and I really liked it. I think it was mostly good content.
Yeah,
Mostly on-topic content.
it felt really productive, honestly.
Yeah, the time just goes by so fast, but I'm
It
sure
did.
when we listen through it, we're gonna be like, ugh, why did this take so long? But it's okay. Thank you so much for listening, and as always, please make sure to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, especially because, can leave the reviews, and they're so fun to read. And also on Spotify, I know you can rate, and probably other places too. But yeah, so it's just so that more people can find us and listen to us. LOL at me always plugging, saying, oh yeah, so more people can listen to us, but then me also being like, I hate when people talk to me about the podcast.
Right.
And also follow the pod on whatever stream platform you use so that you're listening as soon as an episode comes out, because, usually right now it's Saturdays, but sometimes it's not Saturday. So, yep. And then also follow us on Instagram at likewise_pod. So fun. We always talk about the Instagram. So
It's
if you want to
just,
be in the know, follow it.
yeah, it's the place to be.
Sam, that was so good, so fun. I always love talking with you and grateful to be doing this with you. And I just hope you have a really great rest of your day.
Thanks, Issa, and likewise to you all.
Bye.
Bye.